Hi, and welcome to this new episode where we're going to be talking about you, your intuition, and trusting yourself as a singer. So let's dive in. Welcome to this new episode. This is going to be a little bit different than what I usually do. So my intention with these weekly episodes is to give you tools, techniques, tips, and tricks to hold on to in order to become a better singer. And I keep on learning new things along my singing journey, and I do want to share that with you. So today I want to share a lesson that I've learned when traveling, actually, that you can apply to singing. And every lesson that I learn, I don't want to keep to myself. I want to share that with you. So that's why this episode is going to be a little bit different, because it's going to be about my travels to Sedona, Arizona. So let's start with the start. I went to Sedona, Arizona on a trip by myself because I had a coaching session with my coach. So that's where the first thing comes in that I do want to share with you. I believe everyone should have a coach. You can have vocal coaches, you can have life coaches, you can have whatever coaches. Like, I believe, my belief is that everyone should have a coach. The reason behind that is having a coach helps you see the blind spots. Let me explain. When you're driving and you're on the highway and you want to change lanes, you put on your little blinker. I don't know how you call that in English, but your indicator, that's it, so that you can change lanes. And when you're looking into your mirror, you might see what comes in the other lane, but you don't see everything. There's always a blind spot, okay? What a coach does for you in life, you have those blind spots as well. A coach is someone that is a bird looking from above and sees all the traffic. A coach will help you to discover those blind spots and actually help you move through them. So that's what I was doing in Sedona, Arizona. I was having a coaching session with my coach. And I remember that the whole day was a whole day. It was a VIP session that was a whole day, like from 10 to 6. And the day after, Sedona is beautiful. I don't know if you've ever been. It's like red rocks, really like in the movies, like Western movies. And it's magnificent. I cannot describe how beautiful it is. And there are a lot of trails in Sedona to explore. And so the day after our coaching, I took all of my notes from the coaching session that we did together, and I set up my little adventure and I started walking this trail. And it was really weird because in the beginning of the trail, many people were there. So many other walkers and hikers were doing that same trail. And the more I went into the trail, the less people were around me. Now you must know it was in the afternoon and the sun was setting pretty early. So it was setting around 6 o'clock in the afternoon or at night, you could say. And it was around maybe 3. So I still had 3 hours. But at some point, there was no one on that trail with me. And I started feeling that little itch of, well, it was probably panic of like, did I miss a turn? Am I on the right track? Am I actually going to survive this? I'm here all alone hiking in a place that I've never been in before, and I only have 1 bottle of water. I have maybe some nuts and crackers as food. Like, will I survive? I don't know are there snakes here? I have no clue of the environment that I'm in. And this is where my lesson comes in, by the way, that I want to share with you. At some point, after at least 45 minutes of walking and not seeing anyone, I finally see a couple on a rock having dinner, or not dinner, but they're like drinking water and having some snacks. And then suddenly that feeling of panic that I was feeling for 45 minutes dropped. And I was like, whew, okay, I'm not alone anymore. So that's one thing that I want to share. And then 2, I asked those people, hey, can you tell me if I'm on the right track? Because I wanted to do a loop and it felt like I was just going straight. There was no loop. And they confirmed, yes, you're on the right track. You're almost there. So all in all good. Everything went well. I got back to the parking lot right on time before sunset. And of course, I survived. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. The biggest takeaway that I want to share with you are those two things. That feeling of panic that sometimes you might have throughout your journey. And that could be your singing journey. And, you can put everything from singing to life, your life journey. The idea of, I'm by myself. I'm all alone. Am I doing it right? Am I on the right course? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing, right? That fear that we all feel at some point in our life. And then finding someone who can reassure you, yes, you're doing it right. Yes, you're on the right track. Yeah, you're almost there. No worries. My question to you is, who can that person be for you? It might be that you're working with a coach. It might be that you're working with a singing teacher. It might be a singing buddy, a friend that you like to sing with. Who will be there to support you throughout your singing journey? And if no one comes to mind right away, know that this is something you can put in place. That's why we have a membership for singers, so that we can support each other in there, right? So who is that going to be for you? Or who do you choose to be that person for you? That person that guides you throughout your singing journey, the person that tells you, yes, you're doing great, you're almost there. That's number one. And then number two of the big lesson that I've learned there, first of all, choosing your person, choosing your guide, choosing the person that will hold your hand and guide you when you're in those lonely moments of panic. Number two was trusting yourself. Because I could have turned around on my walk. I could have turned around and go back to the parking lot. Might have been a longer way actually. But that thought did cross my mind. Turn around. I don't know where you're going. That is where trust comes in. Trusting you, trusting that gut feeling that you have, trusting that intuition. And I know some of us don't listen to that little voice. That little voice, that intuitive voice, is that voice that tells you when you're driving on your way from work to home and you're doing the same road every day, and then you have a little voice saying, go left today instead of right. And then you go left and then you hear that there was a lot of traffic to the right, right? So that's following your intuition. And I had that little voice inside of my head saying, no, keep going. You're going to be fine. That was a little voice. So listen to your little voice. Listen to that gut feeling, to that intuition throughout your singing journey. And what does it tell you? And developing that skill is huge. So those are the two main lessons that I learned that day. And obviously, I've learned so many more throughout the entire trip, but that's what I wanted to share with you. So my invitation to you for today, 1, listen to that little voice inside your head that guides you. And 2, who is that person going to be? Choose that person, choose that program, choose that course that is going to be your guide throughout your singing journey. And if you already have someone, reach out to them. And maybe share this episode with them. Reach out to them and just thank them. And I'm so grateful that you're watching all the way through this video. So I'm thanking you. And please also thank yourself for making the time today to work on your singing and to have watched this video, this episode, to have listened to this episode. So thank you so much for having been here. I wish you all the best, and I'm looking forward to see you here again next week. Oh, before I forget, so important. Today, we have not been talking about vocal technique at all, but I do want to give you a dose of it if you're eager to learn more. I have a training coming up, free training about the most powerful vocal technique to sing high notes without any tension. If you want to join, click the link in the description here below, and I'll see you there, because then we're going to work on some more vocal techniques there. Thank you so much. See you next week. Bye.